1897. Dear little wife-to-be, yesterday, being Sunday, there was such an influx of visitors to see that I did not get time to drop you the line I so much wished to send you. It is hard to tell here at home whether I am a returned Arctic explorer or a popular congressman after a stormy session. They want to photograph me and my mother and my uncle and my aunts and cousins. They even want to get my little den of a workroom before the camera. It makes me tired. All my old enemies are turned friends, and my friends seem to distrust me when I say that I'm the same old boy. But amidst it all, turn and confusion, I am thinking constantly of my little girl, away off there in Brooklyn, and my heart turns even to her with a yearning that is an ache. Darling, while I am not willing that it should be so, I fear that our wedding day is further off than either of us think. I've decided not to get rid of my house here, but to rent it, and this will reinstate so very many repairs which will cost everything. This first month, however, will tell how matters are to go. I want you so badly, and I want you so soon that it recurs almost like treason to reason about it, but if reason did not curb us now, it would freeze us hereafter. However, dear, if you can stand a six-room house, such as most of my Washington friends who make more money than I do recently, why should we not marry soon? And, dear, why should I have better or more luxuriously than men who have for years been getting good salaries? I am just starting. I wonder if you are really going to try and ship down in November so that you can see the house and look at some furniture. I shall buy as little as possible until I have your approval. I am so disappointed at not having had a letter from you here, but I hope to receive one before I leave next Saturday. I only want to get to Washington in time for my recital on Monday. There is much to do here, but I have started in bravely to get through it. Give my regards to Dolores and Mr. M with wealth and love, and 1,000 kisses for yourself. I am your devoted lover, Paul Dunbar.
From Alice Moore, Brooklyn, New York, to Paul Dunbar, Washington, D.C., October 21st, 1897. My darling, sometimes when I think you don't love me, it makes me bluer than I am naturally. Then I weep little weeps all by myself and think of how foolish I am to expect you to care for me. Now, I'm going to scold you. First, you don't answer my letters. Oh, yes, I know you write punctually enough, and your letters are sweet and kissable, but you don't answer my letters so. Next, I want you to take care of yourself and not run all down and get sick for them. What would your little girl do? And I want you to be good and true to me and love only me and no other. Won't you? Thereby, and lastly, don't write any more such trash as you've been putting in the journal. Now this is between us as between husband and wife. To everyone else, I champion your taste, even to Sally. I argue from all sorts of premises your right to do as you please. But to you, darling, I must say, don't. I know it means money and speedier remains for us, but sometimes money isn't all. It is not fair to prostitute your art for filthy lucre, is it? I shall be glad when the 6th story comes out. It will be such a relief, for every Sunday I find myself asking, what next? Now, that's a hard scolding, so consider it accompanied with 24 kisses and a big hug to take the edge off. Funny thing happened here. A young lady living in Harlem was to have been married next Wednesday evening. We were all bidden to the wedding, 150 invitations out. I was at the house last Thursday, inspected trousseau and wedding dress, which was a dream. I selected present, etc., all trimmings. Now, the wedding is off. A set of complications arose. Man wrote give letter, declaring his intention not to marry her, but commit suicide instead, and mysteriously disappeared. Girl goes to bed very ill. One sister's husband is also taken ill, so said sister was in hysterics, while the other sister's husband beats her and she runs away. All this happened in 2 days. I'm real blue over it. You'd better not do me such a trick. Paul, I don't think we ever will be able to marry. It takes such heaps of money, a commodity sadly lacking in this combination. Little girl is sleepy, so kisses her dearest Paul good night. With my heart's tenderest and truest love and devotion, your little wife-to-be, Alice Ruth Moore.
Dear little wife-to-be, your 2 dear letters have come to hand and been read, reread, and kissed over and over again. I do not like the didacticism of your sister's letter. The prelude to her congratulations spoils their force. I only wish, darling, that we were already safely married. My benefactor, Dr. Toby of Toledo, whom I have just returned from visiting, is quite well pleased with my matrimonial intentions. His approval means a great deal to me. The visits and ovations of the home people continue. It is quite a change from their old tactics. Someone else has just come in, dear, so I shall have to close. I only have time to tell you what you already know, and that is that I love you, as I never have and never can truly love another woman. I am trying very hard to be good and succeeding pretty well. How I long to see and have a talk with you, my darling. A heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul talk. Will your mamma not answer me? Alas, maybe she will steal my little girl from me at last. Oh, may God grant me not. For without you, my life would be a barren waste. Mother reinjects here that she longs for the day where you and I shall be settled together, so that my mind shall be at rest. She can't stand my raving about you much longer. Now, love, good night, with many kisses. My heart is bursting for you, my darling, my own little wife-to-be. Soon, your own love, Paul Dunbar.